This is First Gen Xers.
Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of The Classroom featuring, brought to you by First Gen Xers Presents, or First Gen Xers Broadcast Network. I am your host, Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double, and I will be here soon with the one and only O'Malley. As soon as she jumps in the studio here, I'll bring her on board. And we are here to talk sports and all things sports and fun today, as there are a lot of interesting stories going on right now around sports, especially with the most recent NBA draft. There's been a lot of storylines with the draft, and also this NFL offseason just keeps getting crazier and crazier. So let me bring my lovely co-host to the stage. What's up, Miss O'Malley?
What's up?
Welcome to the show. All right, so I was just telling these lovely people that we are going to be discussing Tuesday and Wednesday's NBA draft. I'm going to start saying here. I'm going to start here and see how you kind of feel about this. I don't like it as 2 nights. If it was 7 rounds the way that the NFL draft is, or like 30-something rounds or 20-something rounds, like or more than 10 rounds, I should say, like the MLB draft and the NHL draft, then 2 nights makes sense. But when there's only 2 rounds, guys, we should be able to knock this out in 1 night. Like it shouldn't be something that takes 2 nights to do.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't understand. I mean, advertising, I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, I feel like they could save more money and make more money by doing it all in one.
And that's the way we did it for years and years and years. Like, it doesn't take that long. There's only 30 teams.
They need to stop changing stuff. I'm over the changes, all of the changes. Like, I mean, from the stupid fucking play-ins to fucking 2 buys now, and to fucking how many teams are in the college playoff anymore? Like, they're just stop. Just enough with the changes. I'm over it. I'm over it. Fucking. There's weird shit in baseball too. Like, stop. Just stop.
Even though I will say for baseball, I am liking the digital ump, the whatever they call it, where they have the opportunity to challenge the ump on the strike calls.
Okay, I like that.
And they can get it right. Like, I do like that.
Okay.
Because there's already been a few calls I've seen on SportsCenter where the umps were just, it was obvious they were wrong from the get-go. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the human error of it. But I love the human error of baseball on a close call. Like, if it's one of those really, really, like, right on the edge calls and he misses it and calls it a ball instead of a strike, I'm good with that. But when it's way outside and he calls that a strike and it's obviously not, it's like, bro.
But here's the thing. I mean, I'm not saying that we should eliminate the home plate ump entirely, but there's zero reason why the home plate ump needs to be calling the pitches at this point.
Yeah.
None. Because, and we've seen this with what it's showing now and what we've been seeing as viewers forever, because we can see where that is. Like, there's no reason with technology these days, why there should ever be a bad pitch call in baseball. Okay, he was apparently so disturbed by that he took off running.
No, I did not agree to that. No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Didn't time out the cooking of dinner.
There's zero reason at this point with technology for there to ever be a bad pitch call.
100%.
None.
Like none. Like I said, especially the more egregious ones. Especially the more egregious ones where it's like 5 feet or like 6 inches off of the plate. And he's like, strike! And you're like,
that's somebody's strike zone, but not that player. He was pitching to Wemby.
Like, it's got to be hard. That was another thing I was going to bring up, too, is in the NHL draft, the Sharks made history by drafting the first 7-foot-plus defenseman in NHL history. The kid is 7'3".
I can't even imagine what he looks like Bambi out there, or like have you ever seen what a giraffe looks like when it is first born and it falls and it tries to stand up? I imagine that's what he looks like on ice skates, because that's just weird. He probably looks like one of those like blow up freaking used cars furniture sale crazy. It's insane. That's just there's zero reason why there should be a 7. Is he the goalie?
No, he's a defenseman. He's a defenseman. Like I gotta say, and Alexander Karmarov. I'm looking up pictures of him now. Like
and folks, I have zero issue saying I don't give two halves a shit about hockey, so I don't know a whole lot about hockey, and I don't really care. Other than the fact that the fucking Sharks just can't fucking do shit.
Oh, well, there is 7'1".
Holy fuck!
Could you imagine seeing him?
I'm looking at the one. I'm looking at the one that's the biggest off to the side. I would be very curious to know how tall those two gentlemen are, because they look
probably
like
a good 6'3", 6'4", maybe.
Holy, well, probably
maybe
not
5'11".
that tall. I'd say 5'10", maybe.
Oh, but that's that.
Wow.
Like I said, imagine being a hockey player, skating up ice with the puck, and you see that coming at you.
No. No. Just immediately no. No.
But congratulations to him, because like body sizes that size, especially in sports like hockey, don't normally like. I'm surprised at some point he never transitioned to basketball. Like,
yeah, because I'm sorry, but the higher you go, the more coordination you lose.
Yes,
you really do.
Even though
in the situational awareness is non-existent.
He swings his whatchamacallit to take a shot and ends up knocking out half the arena.
Right.
Right. But no, like I'll say it's 7'1". That like to me, there's two sports where you cannot be extraordinarily tall, or it makes you look like a video game created character. And baseball and hockey are two of them where you can't be like 7'1", 7'2", and look natural. Like baseball. Like your strike zone.
They want you a good 6 foot something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, well, Shohei.
I'm like, he would have to have the Ricky.
Shohei is 7'1" for him, okay?
Yes.
Because he's 6 something, and
well, Aaron Judge is 6'9", so that's only 4 inches off from where Aaron Judge. But Aaron Judge looks like a creative player.
Aaron Judge isn't Japanese.
True. But like that's the thing about it. Like I was talking when I first heard it happen, I was on the phone with Suave, and I told him, I was like, you know what this sounds like, bro? I was like, remember them characters? We used to have these boys, my boy Dennis and my boy Scott. I was like, remember the characters that they used to create for like Madden in the basketball games that were like 7'5", like 400 and something thousand.
The why?
Yeah,
why?
like dude's obviously a god amongst boys, like on the football field. Like it's like yeah, like sometimes it's just why. But anyway, we'll take that note into the NBA draft, which took place on Tuesday. We saw a top 5 of the dive and AJ. I'm not gonna try to mess up his name. I can't pronounce the kid's name. A small forward out of BYU. He ended up going to Washington. What's hilarious is I remember when he was on ESPN on First Take, and he announced he was going to go to BYU. And it was a big shock because he had scholarship offers from Duke.
But didn't he transfer? Kansas. Didn't he, or did he go to BYU the whole time? I thought he transferred into BYU.
Did he? Okay, I might be wrong.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
No, it just says he played 1 year of college basketball for BYU, and that's
okay. It. Okay. There's somebody else who transferred in, and I can't remember who it was, but I mean,
yeah, he only played for BYU from 25 to 26.
Not really. It's not really where most people would think. I mean, football maybe, but basketball.
All right, so he was taken first. Then we had the Darren Peterson, the point guard, 2 guard out of Kansas, was taken by Utah. Utah's building themselves a nice little youthful team over there. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, but the Boozer kid, as we talked about, ended up going to Memphis, where his daddy is in the front office. Go figure. But he was also considered out of Duke the most polished player and NBA ready player in the draft. So I'm not saying he won't be able to handle the pressure, or he will be able to handle the pressure of playing, basically under his father. But as far as being ready to be on an NBA court, the kid should. Caleb Wilson, not the one from what's his name? Williams. It's Caleb Williams in the NFL, right? This Caleb Wilson went to North Carolina. He was chosen number 5 by the Bulls. Keaton Wrangler, point guard, went to the Clippers. Mikael Brown Jr. wasn't expected to last that long out of Louisville, but he ended up dropping to number 6 with the Nets. The Kings ended up having A-Cup Jr. fall right in their lap, but it's something to look out for in Sacramento. Kingston Flemings, the point guard, went to the Atlanta Hawks. I guess he's going to develop behind Trae Young, who just signed a 3-year or 4-year, way too much goddamn money contract with the Atlanta Hawks. They come back to not to the Hawks, but come back to. Oh, sorry, that was the Wizards. My bad. Scratch all of that I said. Trae Young no longer plays for them, so they're looking for their next Trae Young. And then Morris Jr., Johnson Jr., the power forward center, went to Dallas. The Milwaukee Bucks begin their rebuild after trading away Giannis with Braden Burries, the 2 guard out of Arizona. So that was the top 10. This is one of those years where I didn't pay enough attention to college basketball to really understand whether or not this was a deep draft, but that's what I kept hearing.
So, it's something that my husband has paid a lot of attention to, with all of that time on his hands. He loves the sports and basketball and college basketball in particular. And this year, it was a pretty good draft.
Okay. I'll say it looked to me like there were a lot of players that could make an instant impact, but I think there's going to be a lot of players who are going to get instant starter minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be huge this year, including who the Warriors drafted, which we'll get to in a bit.
I think that this year, so I don't think that we saw as much of the standout talent like we saw last year, right? With the number one pick and all of that. But this year I feel like it was more consistent across the board, like more just generally
Decent
strong players.
Fair enough. Let's see. All right, so the Memphis Grizzlies, the first team we'll chat about. They're
gotten rid of
called by
Ja Morant yet?
No, but they did trade for Isaiah Stewart from the Pistons, which was odd. Like the day before the draft, the Pistons decided to drop him in. Well, they landed Cameron Boozer to help upgrade the front court with John. I think they're trying to keep John Morant, but they were talking to people about trading him. They flipped the 16th pick to Oklahoma City, then dropped down again with Detroit. These pick swaps, they stockpiled 5 second-round picks while still drafting Kareem Lopez at 21. And they acquired Isaiah Stewart. They used the second-round picks that they flipped, that they picked up by trading back to acquire Isaiah Stewart, who is a solid center from Detroit. But Detroit also has that kid Jalen Duran to be able to play center, so it's not like they're going to be lacking in trading away Stewart. But he's a baller. So I think Memphis did upgrade, and depending on whether or not they keep Ja Morant or what they get for Ja Morant if they trade him, I think we could be looking at a pretty deep team. I don't know if they're making it out of the first round in what is the death conference in the West, but I think they improved themselves. What are your thoughts? Yeah.
I mean, he's been pretty vocal. I mean, I feel like both sides were pretty vocal before the trade deadline. Like there was no expectation that he's gonna be there next season. So,
but I think adding him, if they manage to keep him around, adding him to a front court of Stewart and who was the other one? Stewart and Boozer. I think we'll give him some re-energized feelings about playing in Memphis and about wanting to stay with the team. But we'll see. Like I said, they could very well just move him along. Say bye-bye. But where to now? I would have thought that sending him someplace like Minnesota would have been good, and we'll get to this in a little bit, but Minnesota traded for LaMelo Ball. Go figure. All right. So the other team that was kind of a winner was the Oklahoma City Thunder. They found themselves reloading for Victor Wembanyama after he sent them home last year and the Spurs went to the finals. So to keep up with them, they drafted Adea Mara with the 12th pick out of Michigan, which kind of disappointed me because, and we'll get to who the Warriors did pick. I kind of wanted the Warriors to pick at 11. He's a 7'3" defender or defensive stalwart out of Michigan, right into their laps at number 12 to anchor the interior rotation alongside Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. So I think this kid could be like somebody like I'm thinking like an Andrew Bogut type. Like he's not going to get to 30, 40 a game, but he's going to like not Andrew Bogut in his early career. Andrew Bogut in his early career could score. Like he could get you 30, 40 or 20, 30 points on any given night. This kid's not that good of a scorer, but he can get you like 8 points, but like 15 rebounds and like 5 blocks. Just because kind of like with Wemby, he's just fucking tall. You know, yeah. like he's just fucking tall. So they also added bench depth to their backcourt, securing Iowa playmaker point guard Bennett Sturts at number 16, adding a high upside scoring guards like Ryan Conwell and Otega Ole. So they're looking to reload and add some people that can come off the bench, kind of like the Warriors were the year after 2015, that draft. They were just kind of looking to reload. They weren't really looking to add people who could start or impact the league. So do you think Oklahoma City did enough to try to get over the hump against the Spurs next year?
I mean, it's quite possible. I mean, we just actually went over this the other day because I'm like, wait a second, because I'd totally forgotten. I'm like, they got that in a trade, didn't they? And it's like, yes, it's the Clippers trade that keeps on giving. For Oklahoma, not for Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los Angeles, yeah.
But
oh my goodness.
But I mean, it's quite possible, but it's a weird question I feel like to ask right now. Only because like we're going off of what all of these teams look like right now and at the end of this season, and how much shit changes over the course of this and before and even up until into the first few months of the season. I mean, on paper, yeah, probably. But I feel like that's going to be a bit of a little younger competitive rivalry for the distant future. I see it going back and forth between them for a little while.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think at least the next 4 or 5 years it'll be one of those.
Yeah,
two.
because especially given the comparable ages of both teams, right? Because both teams are fairly young, although San Antonio has a little bit more age to it. But not necessarily experience.
Yeah, true. But they've both been to the finals once in the past with different results. One got beat down by the Knicks. The other got beat the Pacers in a 7-game series. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. The next team that we're talking about is coming out of the East, which isn't as much of a gauntlet as the West is. But the Bulls added some size and versatility. They did acquire Nick Claxton right before the draft. They added explosive forward Caleb Wilson at the number 4 and nabbed rim pressuring wing Dalen Swain at number 15. I forgot the Bulls had 2 first-round picks. Chicago now boasts a massive potential switching lineup with Wilson, Claxton, Mateus Ruiz, and Josh Giddey. That'll be able to hang with almost any potential front court in the NBA. So I think the Bulls have gotten better, but I don't think that they've really changed their standing or position in the East much from where they were last year. Like, I think they'll be a good team, but I don't think they've improved super a lot. What are your thoughts?
I feel like that's super valid.
Yeah.
I don't disagree at all.
I would, don't get me wrong, I would love to see a resurgence of the Bulls, back to their glory days where they were dominating. Not because I'm a Bulls fan, but just because I don't know.
But that's not going to happen. That'd be like the second coming of Christ.
Oh, we shall see. We shall see, right? All right. So outside of the Bulls, we had the
God, don't send LeBron there after that statement.
Oh, speaking of, as we go into this, the Giannis fallout. Evidently, Miami has said that they will not be bringing in the other Antetokounmpo brothers to Miami the way that Milwaukee did. It's kept Giannis on roster, because it made him feel comfortable. It doesn't look like Miami's so.
Well, okay. So what I'm hearing is it's time to take the training wheels off.
Sounds like it. Time for him to go be himself. Because of the trade that Miami did, Miami picked Tennessee's Nate Amit at number 13, but immediately flipped him to the Bucks to sort through trade terms. Oh, so they ended up with the number 12 and 13 pick. So they got Braden Berries and Nate Amit at the 13th pick. That's insane. The trade hard capped Miami at the first luxury option, severely compromising their ability to bring back veteran all-star guard Norman Powell in free agency. Maybe a target for the Warriors to go after. Who knows? All right. And then last but not least, or real quick. Now, a lot of oddsmen have Miami as a top 5 team for winning an NBA championship. I don't know. I have to see how this roster pans out after what you call it. I think it's way too soon. What are your thoughts on Vegas and the odds makers having them as a top 5 team to come out of the East?
Why? Because they got Giannis? I mean,
yeah, because they got Giannis. They had to Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, but they also got rid of Tyler Harrow in that trade. Not that he's all that, but like that team has been playing together. This is that's betting a lot on them having decent like chemistry, and I no, I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
No.
So,
but I also said too, though, when LeBron went to Miami, I called that one. I said the first season's a warm up.
Right. I was gonna say I still have a guy. Sorry, I had to take care of something. I have a guy that needs to that owes me a thing of French fries at Buffalo Wild Wings because he bet me that the Heat were gonna. Sorry, I'm all off camera here. That the Heat were gonna win the NBA championship in their first year together, and I said the exact same thing you did. Nah, in the first year it normally doesn't work out that way. So we're gonna they'll probably get to the finals this year, but they won't win it. And then next year they'll probably win. They'll get back and they'll win. And sure enough, year 2, that's what the Miami Heat did.
Yep.
But all right. So next up and final was the current NBA champion, the New York Knicks. They ended up with like 6 second-round draft picks by the end of the draft because they traded away a bunch of them. They got a couple of them. There were all kinds of moves being made. But trade swaps, they traded away from their initial selections via multiple pick swaps with the Lakers and Mavericks and Suns. They kicked off Wednesday night by dealing them the picks number 31 and 55 to Houston. They cleared enough financial bandwidth to successfully re-sign fan favorite guard Jose Alvarado to a new multi-year deal. All right. Well, I guess if that's what you're trying to do, if you like your roster the way it is, a lot of people couldn't make sense of the moves that the Warriors made after winning the championship a couple of different times, and it worked. It brought us people like Jordan Poole, who helped us win another one. David Lee, Leandro Barbosa, it brought us people like that, some of the moves that they made. So there you go. So, all right.
It brought us Iggy twice.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'll print my pictures for it. This thing just have an off button. Anyway, sorry, my printer's possessed. All right, so that was the last of that. Now the next half before we our next part before we move. You know what? We'll discuss this after the break because there's not much going on in the NFL for us to talk about, and then the FIFA World Cup is pretty huge. But we're going to go ahead and take our break right now, our normal break, mid-show break, and then we'll be right back to talk a little bit about what the Warriors did with their draft, and then we'll get into some NFL talk and World Cup talk. Stick with us. You're watching the Classroom on First GenXers Presents and WKK Devil Network. Peace. It's going to be a second. I should have had this commercial before I did that. Sometimes I'll be doing it. I'll be messing up. Okay. Not a perfect producer. Just a producer.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it.
Poetic beat.
First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the saint. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the Switch or the Xbox and
Get up in my zone, I'm clowning.
let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first gen. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
Got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I've been real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode.
Adam's family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the perceived caution tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
oh, that's me. That's me. My bad. Forgot to unmute myself. I said I thought we lost you there for a second.
I'm like,
so just in the
I-
time. And I've
I
been muted
can't
that
hear
whole time, talking to everybody like, I don't know where she's at. I hope she's okay. Like she just disappeared, and I've been muted that whole time. Oh well.
twice I hit the mouse and it X'd out of the screen. So I had to come all the way back in.
All right. So here we go. So now we're going to take a quick look before we move on to the couple of NFL subjects that we have with the NBA 2026 Warrior Draft and the Warriors picks. The Warriors had 2 picks. They had the number 11 pick in the first round and the number 54 pick in the second round, which equates to the 24th pick in the second round. And I thought that they began the process of starting to re-sign people or starting to build out the new roster pretty well. First and foremost, I don't know if you heard, but they re-signed Al Horford. I know it's not huge, but he played pretty decently.
It appears that the expectation is he's going to be like a mentor for the new kid.
The kid that they drafted. All right, so that kid that she's talking about will be Yexel Lindebord. He's a forward out of Michigan, a national champion, an elite rebounder who had a 20-rebound game this last NCAA season on their way to winning the national title. He's an efficient scorer, and he has a high floor. I believe the kid's like 6'9", 6'10", so he'll learn and can guard multiple positions. So I think that was a great pick at the number 11 pick. Like I said, I would have preferred Mara more for Adea Mara for his height, but they both played, like Lindenborg and Maya both played for the national champion Michigan squad. So they both come from that same defensive minded, which by the way, the coach for Michigan just got hired where? Oh God, just got hired by somebody as their new head coach. I forget where though. I'll have to look that up while we're talking. But yeah, so Lindenborg, he gives the Warriors a modern, high versatility front court piece. He has elite baseline to baseline mobility, a high basketball IQ, and a tenacious rebounding moment. So the strategy, Golden State famously valued the University of Michigan's highly disciplined system this year, which produced 3 top 12 picks. Lindenborg is expected to immediately compete for minutes in the front court rotation alongside Draymond Green and Jared Allen. Jared Allen didn't. No, not Jared Allen. They have not signed Jared Allen. So sorry, AI, but you got that one. He's probably going to be competing with Quentin Post and probably Kristaps Porzingis for minutes at that starting position.
I know. I asked it earlier about because some rumors had the Warriors and Kings possibly in trade talks about either Sabonis or DeRozan. And it gave me information like talking about how like if we still had half the team we had last year or before we got Jimmy.
Yeah, very much so. Like it's like I said, the Warriors have always had an offensive engine. What they need is big bodies and defense. And yeah, I think the Luxembourg definitely helps provide them with that. Same thing with Horford. If they can bring back Kristaps, that's somebody that he's not necessarily as quick as Wemby, but he can give Wemby problems just by being tall, at 7'3". So yeah, like the Warriors, especially once Jimmy comes back, they could end up being that squad that surprises everybody. In round 2, I expect them to trade out of that spot because everybody else was. But then I saw who they actually picked up, and it was like, oh. Just to show you again how AI can be wrong, Google told me earlier that the Warriors took BJ Edgecombe with their second round pick. And I'm like, he was a first round pick last year. Like he was a first round pick by the 76ers last year. So I don't know how he got picked by the Warriors this year, but no, it wasn't him. His name, the gentleman's name is Lajay Jones. He's a guard / forward out of Florida State. 6'7" frame, physical perimeter defender, multi-positional versatility. He could probably guard the 1, 2, or the 3. So I think that, again, focusing on the Warriors needing more help, more stalwarts on the defensive side of the ball. I think that drafting this kid also shows that there's probably a good chance they're not bringing back Anthony Melton. I hate to say that. I like Milton, but the odds are good they're not bringing him back if they drafted this kid. Or unless they sign this kid to a 2-way contract and keep him down in the G League getting better, because the kid's still raw talent. He's got the height and he's got some skills, but he is somebody that is going to have to earn his way on. I don't think he's gonna be like Will Richard last year. He's just gonna be on the squad from day one and getting minutes. I think he'll have to earn his way. But after the draft, the Warriors went out and signed. There were 3 kids that the Warriors signed. Oh well, I had them up, but never mind. But I think the Warriors did well in what? Okay, yeah, they need to stop it this year. It says fully integrating Jared Allen in the paragraph reads the 2026 draft marked the first major offseason milestone since the Warriors acquired All-Star center Jared Allen from Cleveland. They never did. What are you talking about, Google? Yeah, this is the one that says VJ Edgecombe. It's like, no, that's anyway. So the Warriors did some good. I can't wait to see what else they do. I like I said, I hope they bring back Chris Stapps. I like the combination of Chris Stapps and Al Horford and this Luxembourg kid and Draymond in the front court. Once Jimmy Butler gets back, and don't forget Moses Moody is out a good portion of this year too because he tore his Achilles toward the end. So with all that and those,
I mean, everybody at this point has torn their Achilles
at some point. Everybody except for Steph. Knock on wood. Like, I'm not saying that.
Why would you do that? You better go to mass and say confession. I'll be 10 Our Fathers, right now. 14 Hail Marys, and
I'm gonna say it all. I got it. Oh man!
You didn't mean that, universe.
I didn't. But all right. So that's it for Warriors talk. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the NFL real quick. There's supposedly a controversy in Arizona at the quarterback position. I don't understand how they didn't draft a quarterback, and they didn't draft a quarterback, and I think it's just because what's his name is asking for a raise. He wants to be paid like a starter. Let's see. Jacoby Brissett seeks a raise in Arizona. The most volatile quarterback situation in the league belongs to the Arizona Cardinals. Projected starting quarterback Jacoby Brissett skipped voluntary workouts and stayed to hold in during mandatory minicamp, attending only as a non-participant on the field to avoid league fines. Reports this week indicate Brissett is actively seeking a raise on his current salary rather than a long-term contract extension. His absence has forced new head coach Mike LaFleur to split crucial first-team reps between veteran Gardner Minshew and rookie Carson Beck. So between Minshew and Beck, who you think's getting that starting position? Because I don't think they're paying Jacoby Brissett.
Beck.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you're 100% right, and here's why. It's because is because I think if they're going to go all in, they've gone all in already. Like they had an opportunity at the number 4 pick to get like to one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft, and they passed on it to take a running back. Arizona is not trying to win this year. Like that's just bottom line. Like they're not trying to win this year. So if you're gonna do that, and your starting quarterback is throwing a hissy fit and wants more money, your incumbent starter, why not start the rookie? Minshew's a career backup anyway. Why not start the rookie? It's not like you have a chance of winning the NFC West between Seattle, LA, and San Francisco. It's not like you have any type of chance of winning the West. So might as well go all in. Let's say. So the joint practice schedule of the offseason it has been kind of solidified. With 28 teams will participate in joint practices during the 2026 preseason. Headlining the schedule are New Orleans Saints, who finalized a grueling 3-team itinerary requested by Kellen Moore, hosting the Jaguars on the August 13th, before traveling to California to battle the Dallas Cowboys on the 18th, and then the Rams on the 20th. I don't know. I kind of like but don't like the idea of joint practices.
There's always fights during joint practices.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best part of joint practice is finding out who beat the shit out of who.
It is like, yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I think it's all dumb.
The whole preseason, or just the joint practice?
All of it.
Hey, what's up, Tech Tinkers? Thanks for lurking, bro. Thanks for checking us out. Yeah, affiliate anniversary is tomorrow.
Like, why don't they just have them go play the international games as preseason games?
Yeah, like first you have the joint practices, and now you have all the friggin' travel games. Like they're just players, they're human beings, y'all. Let's go a little bit easier at it.
Well,
that's just insane to me.
They're already going to be away from their families enough as it is over the next coming months. This is one more disruption from that. Like, yeah. I think it's stupid. I mean, but it's also been going on to a degree for a really long time, because Dallas and the Rams, Dallas and the Raiders, Dallas and whoever, because they'll come to LA and practice.
Yeah. And Dallas is in Oxnard, which is further south, so it's not like they're traveling too far to go from Oxnard to LA. Like, which I think is where the Rams are. So it's not like if they were traveling from like San Francisco to LA, that might be like, whoa, okay, you're traveling from Central California to Southern California, but like Oxnard to LA, that's only a couple-hour drive.
Yeah.
So, but all right, and now on to what we've been wanting to talk to for most of the day, which is the FIFA World Cup. We are now on to the knockout stage, the round of 32, and the U.S. men are looking like they are going to be potentially making some noise. A lot of people looked at the third game against Turkey, and they're like, see, the U.S. is vulnerable, but they forget that that the coach made a smart move. That we had 3 players with yellow cards that would have been playing in that game against Turkey, and they still almost won. They tied it up late and still almost won, if not for a late goal by Turkey. But there were 4 players that the manager sat because they all had yellow cards, and in the World Cup rules, if you get a second yellow card in the group stage, you're suspended for the first game of the knockout stage. So to avoid them getting a second yellow card and being suspended for that first knockout stage game, he sat them for that game and did not allow them to play, which to me I think was a smart decision. And also, your yellow cards reset when you go to the round of 32. So they reset that back to 0. So not only did they avoid, getting a second red card and being suspended, but they also lose the 1 red card that they had. So. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I have faith in the U.S. men's team. Are the women's team playing this year? Like when does the Women's World Cup start? Or is that in a couple years? That sounds cool. When is the next Women's World Cup? 2027.
Next year.
Okay, so I wonder how that happened. I wonder how they got to where the women were a year off from the men, and I wonder if that's
probably because women maybe started the year after the men started, maybe.
Probably, or they might have had the Men's World Cup for like 50 years, and then the year after the 50th one they started the women's one. That's our society, y'all. Anyway, but this year, I would say this year better than any year that I've seen in recent memory. This World Cup team looks like they could do. This Men's World Cup team looks like they could actually do some damage. I don't know if they're matching up well with like a Mexico or somebody like that, but we might see them in that final 16 or that final 8. What are your thoughts?
Viva la Mexico.
I forgot we said that last week. Huh?
Yep. And I still feel that way.
I don't know. I'm there's certain things for me that history overrides to an extent, and it's not necessarily that history overrides the ugliness of it, or the responsibility to stand up and take accountability. But I'm always a sucker for history. Like I hated the Patriots at the time that they were 16-0, but still wanted to see them win that Super Bowl just because of the fact that it hadn't been, nobody had ever gone undefeated in my lifetime. Nobody had ever went undefeated and won a Super Bowl, and I didn't think that anybody ever would again. And I'm probably going to be right that anybody's going to even come that close ever again, to the perfect season. And so, yeah, I'm a sucker for history when it comes to like if Cal ever.
Was it a perfect season?
Yeah, they won every game. I'm not saying they did it legit, but they won every game. There was a W next to their name on every game.
Except for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, super. But I'm saying if they win that, that's what I was hoping for was the perfect season. With the 18-19.
Fuck
I know.
That. No.
It sucked. But like I don't have a preference. Like I'll say it like this. Like I hate the Rams. I hate the Cowboys with a fiery passion that is more than any other team on this planet of hatred. And if the Cowboys went into the playoffs 16-0 or 17-0, I'd probably be rooting for them to win the Super Bowl. Like it's just how I am. Like I'd rather see history than not, even if it's the team even if it's the team that I hate more than
No, I'm too petty for that. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Fuck the Patriots. I'm happy they lost.
But to end it on a good note, we did get Serena Williams making a comeback at the Masters. And yeah, she returns ahead of Monday's main draw. Serena was granted a singles wild card for Wimbledon, stealing early headlines as the top female players struggle with form. I'm gonna say this right now: if Serena Williams comes back after retirement and having a baby and wins Wimbledon, only to retire again, I'm just done with women's tennis. Like I'm just done. Like y'all just stop. The game's over now. Now that Serena and Venus are gone, the game's over. No more reason to watch. Like y'all got to give me a reason to watch. Somebody's got to knock her.
We need a new generation.
Yeah, we do. Because I come from even before Serena and Venus, like Martina Navratilova, Steffi Graf. You know what I'm saying? Like I come from a generation of lots of top tier women and men. McEnroe, so on and so forth, tennis players. And The men's size has their few, and then they have a couple like Alcatraz that are making their way up. But I don't really see anybody on the women's side that really like has that aura or that presence like a Venus or a Serena Williams. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll see what happens. But as for us, I don't know why I was saying as for us, that is going to do it for this week. We have had an amazing time bringing this to you. Up next should be the Saint, aka Agent K28 with some MBT fusion. Probably in a couple hours, probably closer to 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, or maybe like in a couple hours, like 10 Eastern, something like that. And then, like I said, for me, you can catch me on Tuesday playing some college football 27 or 26. And I'll be on sometime tomorrow for the affiliate anniversary, probably playing a joint game with the second. Look at that tomorrow evening. All right, y'all. If you're on Twitch, stay tuned for MBT Fusion. If you're on Double KK Double Network on YouTube, this is it for the night. Same thing with First GenXers on YouTube. So sayonara, y'all. Stay up, stay real. And as I ended the last show, as always, be kind to each other, because there's enough people out there.
Except for LeBron, because fuck him.
There you go.
Be kind to everyone else.
Be kind to everyone else. There you go. As he figures out his free agency.
Yeah. Because I'm over that shit.
Oh man, that's why we didn't talk about it. I'm good. I don't need to care.
Because we do this every year at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'm like ESPN and Fox News cover it more than enough for us. We don't need to cover it here. So y'all have a great night. Stay blessed. We out. Peace.
Bang, 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 bang.